You alright? Yeah, not bad, thanks. Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2 testing 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. If you're looking for the best non-league football coverage around, then look no further. Coventry United Match Day is live once again. This time we're coming to you from the heart of the Black Country. Tonight's game is Coventry United away at Lye Town. Liam Cook here, your commentator, your reporter, your cameraman, your editor. I've got my fingers in a lot of pies, obviously. And well, believe me, today is going to be a very tricky tie for the Red and Green Army of Coventry United away at second place Lye Town, a team that's actually beat United at Sphinx Drive a few weeks ago. And after a pretty disappointing 1-1 draw away at bottom place Brockton on Tuesday night, a lot of people were scratching their heads after that one. Can the Red and Green Army get back to winning ways after what has been a pretty bad couple of weeks? Mainly due to injuries, I've got to say, and thankfully a couple of the players who have been stricken by the injury bug are now back in the match day lineup. So, how are the lineups for today? How are they looking? Well, let's get straight into the team news for both Coventry United and Lye Town. Let's start with the team that we're focusing on today, Coventry United. In goal, number 1, Rich Morris. 2, Ben Valance. 3, Lewis Hudson. 4, Tommy Glasgow. 5, Chris Cox. Number 6, Rob Prinzel. 7, Kevin Thornton. 8, Jimmy Holton. Number 9, Simeon Townsend. 10, Josh O'Grady. And 11, Muzzy Unduna. And on the bench, number 13, Joe Connor, 14, Gilbert Cugby Zysum, and making their return to the Coventry United Matchday squad, 15, Kai Williams, and 16, Ben Mackey. Now, here is the lineup for our host, Lye Town. Number 1, Dean Coleman. 2, Matt Johnson. 3, Adam Meacham. 4, Luke Paskin. 5, Alex Dallison. 6, Sam Mills. 7, Jack Till. 8, Scott Jennard. 9, James Spray. 10, Ben Billingham. And 11, Ben Jevons. And on the bench, number 12, Sam Tye. 14, Jack Perlman. 15 is Dan Jones. 16, Chris Henry. And 17, Mark Danks. So those are the starting lineups for today's match. As usual, today's show is sponsored by Graham the Plumber's Merchant. I forgot my script there for a minute. Graham the Plumber's Merchant, operating across the Midlands, supplying all of your bathroom heating and plumbing needs. Check out grahamplumbersmerchant.co.uk for store locations and the latest special offers. And of course, don't forget to check out the highlights of this match, which should be uploaded sometime tomorrow afternoon on the Coventry United Matchday YouTube page. All you've got to do is search Coventry United Matchday on YouTube and go on to the playlist called The Best Bits. So that's where you'll find all highlights of games that we have covered. Now, I'm afraid we do have a little bit of bad news. You see, this season we have not missed a game for Coventry United, whether it's a cup game, a league game, a friendly game, away, home, doesn't matter. We have not missed a game, but I'm afraid that record is coming to an end because next week Coventry United travel to Rochester and we won't be there. Coventry United Matchday is not going to be reporting on next week's match away at Rochester because sadly I'm not going to be available. As many of you know, I act as a ring announcer for AMP Wrestling. Next week I've got to be there at 6 o'clock. It's an away game at Rochester, which is about 2 hours down the road. So sadly next week there will be no commentary and no live no highlights from the game between Rochester and Coventry United, but we will be back for the next game straight after that. It's the only game we're missing for the foreseeable future. So just to recap, no coverage for the game against Rochester. But we've still got one hell of a match coming up here at the Lye Sports Ground as Coventry United take on Lye Town. But of course, it's not the only game happening. Indeed, it is not. There is plenty of sporting action around the grounds in professional leagues and in non-league as well. One final score to bring you: Burnley 1, Manchester City 2. Burnley took the lead through Dean Marney. The equaliser came through Sergio Aguero, who actually has now scored against every Premier League side he's faced, except for Bolton Wanderers. I don't think he's going to be rectifying that statistic anytime soon. 3. Liverpool at home to Sunderland. I am pretty sure that beach balls will not be allowed in Anfield for that game. Swansea take on Crystal Palace. And the final game of the Premier League is a late kick-off as Chelsea take on Tottenham Hotspur. In the Sky Bet Championship, Aston Villa take on Cardiff. Two Premier League sides going at it at Villa Park. Brentford have Birmingham City. I believe former Coventry City striker Dele Adebola is going to be representing BBC West Midlands for that game. Brighton are at home to Fulham. Derby have Norwich. Ipswich take on QPR. Newcastle welcome Blackburn Rovers to the St James's Park. Preston have Burton Albion. Reading are at home to Bristol City. Wolves have Sheffield Wednesday, and Rotherham take on Leeds. In Sky Bet League 1, AFC Wimbledon welcome Fleetwood to the Cherry Red Records Stadium. Millwall travel to Bury. Charlton take on Sheffield United, two of the title favourites going at it there. Chesterfield at home to Bristol Rovers. Coventry City take on Milton Keynes Dons, a must-win for the Sky Blues. Gillingham are at home to Rochdale. Northampton have Bolton Wanderers, who of course Coventry lost 1-0 to on Tuesday night. Oldham take on Peterborough United. Scunthorpe have got Oxford. Shrewsbury versus Port Vale. Swindon at home to Bradford, and Southend travel to Walsall. And let's get into the League 2 fixtures now. Accrington Stanley, still don't know who they are, against Yeovil Town. Barnet have got Notts County. Blackpool welcome Newport. Cheltenham travel to Cambridge. Carlisle are up against Mansfield. Colchester versus Crewe. Crawley up against Grimsby. Doncaster have got Leyton Orient in the battle of the two recently relegated sides. Exeter have Luton Town. Morecambe are at home to Plymouth. Stevenage away at Portsmouth, and Wickham have Hartlepool. So those are the matches that we're going to be keeping an eye on as much as we can during today's broadcast. Now, in case you are wondering why the sound quality sounds a little bit better today, we've only gone splash out on a brand new headset. Yes, we have. It's a good job that it's Black Friday, because we got it for 40 quid. It was online for 70, and we got it down. A bit of wheeling dealing there from Coventry United match day. So there you go. That is why the quality may sound a little bit better on today's show. Now, elsewhere, it is the final weekend of Formula 1 this weekend as Lewis Hamilton looks to overcome the odds and become a 4-time world champion. He's about, 15 points behind Nico Rosberg, quite a way behind him. But the British driver has got himself on pole position. Hamilton on pole for tomorrow's Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and his closest rival, Nico Rosberg, the championship leader, is up in second place. And as things stand, if the race finishes that way, then that will be enough for Rosberg to win his first world championship. And also Jenson Button racing in his what should be his final Grand Prix as an F1 driver. He says he's taking a sabbatical from the sport, but he confirmed this weekend it's very unlikely he'll be returning to the sport. He actually qualified in P12, I believe it was. He didn't get through to the final round of qualifying. There it is, P12 for Jenson Button behind Valtteri Bottas. But in his final weekend, Felipe Massa did get into the top 10, and he'll start in 10th place behind the McLaren of Fernando Alonso. So the top 10 is as follows: Hamilton in first, then Rosberg, Ricciardo, Raikkonen in fourth ahead of Sebastian Vettel, who was actually quickest in the third practice session. Verstappen down in 6th place. Hulkenberg and Perez line up on row 4 for Force India. Then it's Alonso and Massa, and as we said, Jenson Button in 12th place, and Jolyon Palmer, decent for him, up in 15th ahead of Manors Pascal Wehrlein. So a little bit of an update there on the Formula 1 on the last weekend of the 2016 season. Now there's more sport going on as England are taking on Argentina in the Rugby Union over at Twickenham. England up by 6 points to 0. Owen Farrell with 2 penalty kicks. So far so good for England, doing well against the Pumas at Twickenham. Well, we can see now the players of Coventry United, I would say entering the tunnel, but there is no tunnel. Getting ready to come onto the turf here at the Lye Sports Ground. We will, of course, go through a complete run-through of the starting lineups once again before kick-off. It's not been the best of times for Coventry United. A pretty much disastrous 1-1 draw away at Brockton on Tuesday night. The players, the fans, the officials, not happy at all with that result. A lot of head-scratching going on after that one. But a number of players are back in the starting lineup for today's game, and we're going to see how the Red and Greens do. And bizarrely, Lye Town are in their blue home kit, but Coventry United are all in white. So I'm not sure where the colour clash came from there, but the Red and Green Army are all in white today. We're hoping for a much better game than on Tuesday night. The result doesn't always tell the full story of the game, but sadly it was not the best of fixtures for Coventry United or for the neutral either. It was a very boring game. Kevin Thornton with a penalty, and then United conceded a penalty themselves, which was saved by Rich Morris, but then the rebound was put in. Well, here come the starting 11s of Lye Town and Coventry United entering the turf of the Lye Sports Ground. Another afternoon of exclusive non-league football action live here on Coventry United Matchday with Liam Cook. Don't forget, if you do enjoy today's coverage, don't forget to hit that like button underneath the video to let us know that you've enjoyed it. Comment below, let us know what you thought. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button, it really does help us out. And of course, follow us on Twitter at CovMatchday. That's at CovMatchday. And you can also use that Twitter handle to let us know who you think will be our man of the match. It is your show after all, so get involved. Right, one more time, let's get through the starting lineups for both Coventry United and Lye Town, starting with Coventry United in goal. Number 1, Rich Morris. 2, Ben Valance. 3, Lewis Hudson. 4, Tommy Glasgow. 5, Chris Cox, the skipper. Number 6, Rob Prinzel. 7, Kevin Thornton. 8, Jimmy Halton. 9, Simeon Townsend. And number 10, Josh O'Grady. And number 11 is Muzzy Nduna. And on the bench, number 13, Joe Connor. 14, Gilbert Cookby Zysum. I hope I've got that name right, I'm still not getting used to it. Number 15, Kai Williams. And 16, Ben Mackey. And for Lye Town, number 1, Dean Coleman. 2, Matt Johnson. 3, Adam Meacham. 4, Luke Paskin. 5, Alex Dallison. Number 6, Sam Mills. 7, Jack Till. 8, Scott Jennard. 9, James Spray. Number 10, Ben Billingham. And 11, Ben Jevons. And on the bench for Lye Town, number 12, Sam Ty. 14, Jack Perlman. 15, Dan Jones. 16, Chris Henry. And 17, Mark Danks. United looking for a reversal of the scoreline we saw a few weeks ago, with Lye Town snatching a late winner, coming from behind to beat United at Sphinx Drive. How Coventry could do with 3 points this afternoon to kickstart their promotion push. They have yet to complete a season without winning promotion. And the United manager, Terry Anson, will be hoping that this season is no exception. And it is going to be a Coventry United kickoff with Simeon Townsend in the centre circle. As we can see in front of us, the Lye Town coaching staff making their way over to the dugout. As Townsend and Thornton are eager to get things underway. The referee checks that everything is good to go. Checks his watch. And the sound of that whistle can only mean one thing. We are underway in the Midland League Premier Division. Balances long ball forward, looking for Simeon Townsend. Townsend stabs it over onto the right-hand side. Josh O'Grady can't keep it in, and it will be a Lye Town throw immediately. Meacham throws it. And headed out of play by Rob Prinzel. Good defensive work from the centre-back. And on the injury front, we had a word with Jamie Coleman during the week. He's told it's going to be a while before he's back in the fray. Callum Burgess, we're told, is only a couple of weeks away from full fitness. Of course, in the last couple of weeks, Chris Cox and Rob Prinzel have been the starting centre-backs for the Red and Greens, with Cox being a midfielder, very rarely starting in defence, but for the last 3-4 weeks or so, Cox has been starting at the back, and a free kick given to Coventry United on the edge of their own penalty area. Morris looking for options forward. Clearance made by Morris, looking for Simeon Townsend, headed forward by the Lytown defender. Stabbed forward by Ben Billingham. Cox plays it back to Morris in goal, and he'll control it and pass it over to his right-hand side. Handball claims against Cox. He did see to brush his arm. It's gone out for a throw into Lie. Balance throws it upfield. Good chest control by Ben Jevons to win it back. And it's headed out of play for a corner by Lewis Hudson. Not what United wanted at the start of this fixture. An early opportunity for Lytown. Around 2 minutes in, it's going to be taken by Billingham. There was an imminent threat in the previous game between these two sides at Sphinx Drive, which of course Lie won. Going to put in. Can Nduna get it away? Yes, he can. Fires it forward. Matt Johnson picks it up once again for Lie. And what a chance now for, well, the effort by Ben Jevons straight to the hands of Rich Morris. But the save wasn't required because he was offside anyway. The linesman on the far side with his flag in the air. And that move ends for Lie. The first move of the match. Morris looking for Simeon Townsend up front. Beaten to the ball twice by Luke Paskin. Prinzel fires it forward. And Holton forcing down the Lytown midfield. It was Billingham who went down on the halfway line. Free kick to the home side. Taken quickly by Billingham onto the right hand side. He's looking for, I believe that's Johnson. It is. Matt Johnson can't keep it in, but it will be a throw in to Lytown. Spray. Plays it back to Johnson. Into the penalty area. Turner strike by Jack Till. It hits the roof of the stand behind the goal. And it will be a goal kick to the Red and Green Army, all in white. Morris takes. Looking for Townsend again. Once again, Townsend beaten in the air. Billingham. His header only finds Valance, who slices it over to O'Grady. Back to Valance, who's playing it right back today in the absence of Pierre Moudin, who has torn a muscle in his shoulder. And Nduna flicks it on. Townsend puts it through, looking for Glasgow. The pass wasn't quite right, and Dallison able to pick up the loose ball. Side challenge from Cox, win the ball away from Spray. Here's Kevin Thornton, the scorer of United's only goal on Tuesday night. Cross is put in towards the far post where O'Grady is waiting. Here is Josh O'Grady. Bounces down line, providing an option. He finds the makeshift right back. Here's Jimmy Holton, signed from Coventry Sphinx on Tuesday. Thornton, dispossessed by Billingham. Billingham makes the clearance. Striding down the left-hand side is Jack Till. Under pressure from Prinzel, Cox makes the challenge and Prinzel comes away with the ball. Prinzel is charged down by Adam Meacham, throwing Coventry United. You can hear the Red and Green Army behind us, supporting their team in numbers as usual. And it's headed straight out of play by Luke Paskin. Throw in to Coventry United. It's Ben Vance to take it right in front of us. O'Grady wants it. Tries the long throw option to Townsend. Once again, Townsend beaten in the air. Townsend loses the ball. And Holton forces down Ben Billingham. And the referee wants a word. It was a definite foul. But the referee may be considering further option. And Holton with a little war of words between himself and Adam Meacham, and the referee is calling over Jimmy Holton, who only joined United on Tuesday night. It's his second game for the Red and Greens. It'll be a bit quick for the referee to issue a yellow card here. I don't think he's going to. It was a definite foul. Holton shoving the Lytown man to the ground. The referee just reiterating that we want a nice controlled game. Free kick punted forward. Good chest control. It's put into the box by Meacham. Opportunity for a shot from the edge of the box. And Johnson with the strike at goal. And it is a corner. And that's been given as a goal kick. I think the Lawson originally flagged for a corner, but the referee's changed his mind, and it will be a goal kick to the Red and Greens instead. So around 5 minutes gone at the Live Sports Ground. Still Lytown 0, Coventry United 0. As Morris prepares to take this goal kick. Morris unlucky on Tuesday night to concede after saving a penalty late in the game, which cost United a valuable 3 points to get aside that they really should have been beating in Brockton. Meacham picks it up on the left-hand side. Down line. Jevons loses out to Kevin Thornton in the centre. O'Grady keeps it away from Meacham. Here's Thornton again, puts it forward. Townsend takes advantage of a slip from the defender. Here's O'Grady, ball down the right-hand side, drifts out of play, and that's a throw into Lytown, just when United's move started to get some pace. And the goalkeeper, Dean Coleman, touches the ball for the first time. It's only to give the ball to his defender for the throw. Rob Prinzel meets with the header, and Valance plays it back to Rich Morris in goal. Morris fires it away. Looks for Townsend. Once again, Townsend beaten in the air. Glasgow picks it up though, forward to Simeon Townsend, poor control, and it's fired away by Alex Dallison. Cox nods it forward for Kevin Thornton, shirt pulling there from Sam Mills. Referee says nothing doing. And a challenge from behind by Jimmy Holton. This is surely going to be a yellow card. He's been warned before by the referee. It was a nasty challenge from behind. He was going for the ball, but the referee is taking the name of Jimmy Holton. And the first yellow card of the match around 7 minutes in. There it is, yellow card for Jimmy Holton. The challenge from behind on Scott Jennard. This is an opportunity to chip one over the defence. I'd say it's a little bit too far out for a shot at goal. It's going to be Ben Billingham to take it. Lobbed towards the far post. Headed up rather than out. Holton, free kick Coventry United. Too much pushing and pulling in the area. Coventry United with the free kick. An even start so far between these two sides. Still no score at the Rico Arena, where Coventry City are taking on the MK Dons. As Rich Morris gets us underway once again. Dallison wins the header. He's only found the touchline, and that will be a United throw on this near side. Valance looking for an option. And Sir Anson protests to the referee. Up line. And it's headed out of play by Paskin, throwing Coventry United. And Valance once again to take it, this time in a much more advanced position on the right-hand side. It's got Townsend, O'Grady, Glasgow and Thornton. And Nduna in the range of his throw. Throws it over the defence, looking for Townsend. And it's headed away. Billingham, volleyed forward. He's looking for Jack Till. Can Till get there before Cox? No, he can't. Cox able to play it out for a throw-in. But a real chance now for the Lyve Town to grab the first goal. Flicked on by Billingham. Till. Handball claims against Holton. United clear the ball. And that will be another throw-in. Lyve Town getting set to take the throw-in. Dallison beaten to the ball by Valance. Glasgow couldn't quite keep it in. Well, throw-in taken. Spray. Billingham plays it into defence with Sam Mills. Mills just able to beat Muzzy and Duna as the winger looked to dispossess the Lyve Town defender. Matt Johnson. Cross is put in too far for James Spray. And that will be another goal kick to Coventry United. Well, we're about 10 minutes in and we're yet to see a shot on goal. Don't forget, you can let us know what you think about the coverage, about the game, and also to vote for our man of the match on Twitter at CovMatchday. Morris makes the clearance. Townsend dodges the defender and puts through Muzzy and Duna on the left-hand side, comes into the area. Muzzy and Duna, he tries one, and it's just saved by Dean Coleman. I believe one of the defenders got there in the end. It looked like Sam Mills putting him under pressure. And didn't get a clean contact on the ball. And Coleman able to smother the ball and end the danger. And it's ended up back with Rich Morris in the Coventry United goal. Lewis Hudson, the teenage left back who's been incredible so far this season. Poor touch from Simeon Townsend, who will be certainly fighting for his place. But a mistake from Chris Cox allows Jack Till in. But Rich Morris able to gather the ball before the number 7 can get there. As I was saying, Townsend is battling for his place with the return of both Kai Williams and Ben Mackey to the substitutes bench today. Both men suffering injuries a few weeks ago, both coming back. Not ready to start a match yet, but they're about to return to full fitness, and that will mean Townsend has got to work to keep his place in the team. Muzzy and Duna. O'Grady wants it on the right hand side. He's got some space. And Duna's still going. Puts it on the left. Townsend. He's blocked by Luke Paskin. And Townsend brings Paskin down from behind. Free kick to Lyve Town. Level with their penalty area. And Dean Coleman, who has barely touched the ball so far, is going to be taking this free kick. In all fairness, Lyve Town seems to have had the better of play. Coleman makes the clearance. Hudson thrown to the ground as he made the header. Terry Hansen and the United fans appealing for a free kick. Referee doesn't want to know. It's going to be a throw-in instead on the far side, taken by Johnson. Plays a 1-2 with Spray, put forward. Here's Jack Till, good chest control, keeps it away from Rob Prinzel. Onto the left-hand side now with Adam Meacham. Ball down line should be easily dealt with by Rob Prinzel. And he allows it to drift harmlessly out of play. Goal kick to the Red and Greens. Taken quickly by Rich Morris. Here's Rob Prinzel. He's got Vance on the right-hand side. Plays a long ball forward, looking for Simeon Townsend. It's gone over the head of the defender. Townsend able to muscle the ball away. Meacham attempts to make the clearance only as far as Kevin Thornton. He's got O'Grady forward, blocked again by Meacham. It's back to Ben Valance, back to Thornton. Lovely ball down line to Josh O'Grady. Can he make the cross? O'Grady tries to cut in and lays it off for Tommy Glasgow. Couldn't control it. Glasgow makes the challenge. Will it stay in on the left hand side? Yes it will, and Duna will keep it in. Here's Lewis Hudson. Holton. Back to Hudson. What can United do with this ball? And Duna Tries a chip pass, and that's not a great one. United lose out. Spray has found Adam Meacham, the left back. He's got options forward. Meacham looking for Billingham. Valance heads it up. And that allows Jimmy Holton to get onto the ball, and he fires it out. And a nasty challenge there from James Spray on Jimmy Holton. And could we see the second yellow card of the day? Holton goes to the ground, and James Spray is going to be the second man to go into the book, and the fans rather optimistically asking for a red card. I'm not sure the referee's going to oblige. It is indeed a yellow card to James Spray, the number 9. And it will be a free kick to Coventry United on the right-hand side, well into their own territory. We're still waiting for play to resume. We're still waiting for the ball to come back. And here is a ball. And we can get things underway once again with this free kick to be taken by Rich Morris. Live coverage of today's game here on Coventry United Matchday. Of course, don't forget to look for the highlights video, which will be released tomorrow night. Meacham stabs it forward, looking for Spray. It's intercepted by Rob Prinzel at the back. Lays it off to the left back, Lewis Hudson. Hudson forward to Townsend. Lays it off to Hudson once again. United trying to get their rhythm together here. Townsend, pressure from behind. And it's pressured into a mistake. The return ball to Hudson drifts out of play for a throw into to Lytown. Roughly on the halfway line. Johnson. Paskin. Johnson again. Cox heads it over to Holton in the midfield for Coventry United. Simeon Townsend, chest control, keeps it away from Paskin. And Duna forced down from behind by Scott Jennard, no foul given. Thornton plays it forward. Townsend slides for the ball, can't bring it back to his feet. Long ball forward by Sam Mills. It should be easily dealt with by Chris Cox in defence, but Till is there to make a nuisance of himself. Down line to Lewis Hudson. He can't find a teammate. A long pass by Jevons looking for Billingham, and it will fall into the hands of Rich Morris. And the mistake nearly catching the red and greens off guard. We're well over 15 minutes into this game. It remains scoreless at the live sports ground. Townsend wins the header, but that will be fired out of play by Paskin, just about, and it will be a United throw in front of the home dugout. Valance to take. 1-2 with Simeon Townsend. O'Grady. Oh, puts it through the legs of the defender. Can Valance put it in? Yes, he can towards Nduna. Paskin blocks it. O'Grady keeps it alive. Cleared by Meacham. And now James Spray. But forward to Billingham. Johnson wants it on the right. He finds Johnson in plenty of space on the right-hand side. Surging forward. 3 options forward for Johnson. Still going Johnson. He's overran it. And it will be a United goal kick. A promising move comes to an end with Matt Johnson unable to keep it in. And we'll regroup with another goal kick for Rich Morris. Pretty much the only action the goalkeepers have had to endure so far.
You got that date yet, Liam? 1945.
Morris takes the goal kick towards Townsend, beaten to the ball by Luke Paskin, and it will be a United throw just inside enemy lines. Hudson urged to think about the throw before he takes it. The advice must have fallen on deaf ears because he's given the ball away. Handball against Jimmy Holton. And it will be a free kick just inside their own half for Lytown. There's been some goals. Firstly, at the King Power Stadium, Leicester 0, Middlesbrough 1. The champions behind at home to Middlesbrough. Birmingham lead Brentford by 1-0. Ipswich leading QPR 1-0. It's Reading 1, Bristol City 0 at the Majeski Stadium. Sheffield Wednesday also winning away at Wolves, but it remains 0-0 between Coventry City and MK Dons at the Ricoh Arena. Free kick put in and headed towards goal. On to the crossbar there by Luke Paskins. And it's still alive. It's put back into the area. And Cox able to slice it into the hands of Rich Morris. The first shot on goal so far today. And what a shot it was from the defender, Luke Paskin. The ball forward by Valence, looking for Muzzy and Dune. He's overhit that one, and it'll go straight into the hands of Dean Coleman, and that's the end of that chapter of the match. Johnson puts it forward, looking for Till. Hudson can only find Ben Billingham of Lytown. Pass blocked by Unduna. Thornton picks it up for United. Jimmy Holton. And it was caught by the trailing leg of the captain, Ben Jevons. Free kick, Coventry United. And Thornton wanted to take a quick free kick. Referee's not going to allow it. Another goal at the Majeski Stadium. Reading now 2-0 up. At home to Bristol. Fulham in front against Brighton. Fleetwood have scored away at AFC Wimbledon. And Bristol Rovers lead Chesterfield 1-0. And a goal at the Liberty Stadium. Swansea 0, Crystal Palace 1. It's been a rotten year for Alan Pardew and the Eagles. But it could well be about to turn around as we enter the closing stages of 2016. Free kick taken. Jimmy Holton tries to keep it away from the defender, plays it back to Hudson. Swivels around the defender. His pass, I think it's towards Townsend, well cleared by Alex Dallison. Cox. Hudson once again failing to find a teammate, not been the best of games for the left back. United won it back, however, and do now to Thornton. Townsend, good pressure from behind by Paskin. United retain the ball. Thornton, Glasgow. Switch it onto the right-hand side with Ben Valence. O'Grady's there for company. Can he put it in? Failed challenge from Meacham. Valence still with the ball, lobs it over. Thornton, Townsend, can't bring it away from Jevons, but a good challenge from Kevin Thornton. He's won it back on the edge of the area, forced to the ground by Sam Mills. Free kick, Coventry United, right on the edge of the area. The perfect opportunity for the Red and Greens to score their first goal of the game. Right on the edge of the penalty area. And Terry Hansen is telling Thornton to allow Rob Prinzel to take this free kick. He scored from this range last week. Yeah, the issue will be getting it through the wall. Thornton and O'Grady allowing Prinzel to take this one. It is Prinzel, and it flies wide at the far post. We're taking a deflection on the way through. Corner ball. You can hear the passionate Red and Green Army behind us, who made a trip over to the Black Country.
Kevin, the big one is the second. We've got to look for the second, tell them.
It's going to be O'Grady. No short corner routine here. We've seen United use the short corner routine multiple times over the past few months. But it's going to be the long corner, the traditional corner by O'Grady, easily caught by Dean Coleman. Till nods it over. Billingham puts it forward, looking for James Spray, and it's stabbed out of play by Ben Valence. After around 25 minutes, it's still 0-0 between Lytown and Coventry United. Spray in the corner, tries to muscle his way out. Meacham's cross, blocked by Glasgow, headed away by Holton. Townsend lets the ball run, but Paskin fires it up rather than out. Meacham heads it forward. Billingham battles for the ball with Rob Prinzel, and Billingham's shot scuffed and out for a goal kick to Coventry United. This game's starting to come to life now. As Morris prepares to take another goal kick. A goal at the County Ground, Swindon 1, Bradford 0. Meacham gets to the head. And that is a free kick against James Spray on Ben Valence. United had themselves another Free kick. Burton now 1-0 up away at Preston. Remains scoreless between Hull and West Brom. Middlesbrough lead Leicester by 1-0. Liverpool drawing 0-0 against strugglers Sunderland, who seem to be getting some decent form together now. And it's 1-0 to Crystal Palace away at Swansea. But still no score at the Ricoh Arena between Coventry City and MK Dons. Prinzel, free kick. Head away by Paskin, who's been the bane of Simeon Townsend's game. Spray tries to dribble his way out of danger. Sam Mills fires it onto the right-hand side. It should be mopped up by Lewis Hudson. It is. Ball up line. O'Grady. Townsend. Sorry, Glasgow, I should say. And Prinzel fires it out of play as Lighttown try to win it back. And that ball fired towards the cricket pavilion on the far side of the Live Sports ground. Will Coventry United be bowled out for a duck, or will they hit Lighttown for 6? Matt Johnson finds Spray under pressure from Nduna. Ball forward by Spray. Till tries to flick it over the head of Chris Cox, and he fires it into the barriers on the side of the pitch for a throw-in to Lighttown. Matt Johnson finds Meacham on the edge of the box. It's now forward to Simeon Townsend on the halfway line. Just to play it back into defence and gives it away to James Spray. Lacklustre passing in midfield, costing United, but lacklustre passing there from Spray. Loses the ball, but it's put forward by Jevons towards Till. Easy catch for Rich Morris. The only real effort on goal we've seen so far has come from Luke Paskin. Here's Rob Prinzel. Fires it forward, looking for Townsend. Poor ball. It's gone over through the gap in the defence, straight to Dean Coleman. And it remains 0-0 as we head towards the half-hour mark. As usual, we'll be taking a short break at half-time to swap over the laptop battery to ensure we can bring you the second half of this match in full. James Spray, dispossessed by Jimmy Holton. Valance finds Tommy Glasgow onto the right-hand side now with Josh O'Grady. Down the right-hand side. And he's forced down from behind there by Ben Billingham. Free kick Coventry United just inside Lighttown's half. Taken quickly towards Glasgow, and he's given it away to the captain, Jevons. Will it cost United to put over the defence, looking for Till. Spray picks it up, forces the United man down. It was Chris Cox who was forced to the ground. No free kick given, but United have the ball in defence and will just playing it around safely now. Thornton to Ben Valance. Valance strides down the right-hand side, looking for an option. Puts it forward, no one there, and it will fall to Luke Paskin in defence. Paskin lob ball to the right-hand side, easily dealt with by Hudson, who nods it back to Rich Morris. Well, the pitch isn't in great condition, so you can understand why both sides are going for hopeful long balls rather than keeping it on the ground. It's more like a farmer's field rather than a football pitch here at the Live Sports ground. And of course, this is the time of the year where pitches will start to deteriorate under the weather conditions, the sleet, the snow, the rain. Now we often see it this time of year. Josh O'Grady picks it up on the right-hand side. Valance making the overlapping run. O'Grady holds it up, plays it into the centre circle now with Kevin Thornton. Dispossessed there by, I believe that was Sam Mills. Prinzel should keep this one in. He does. Prinzel plays it to Rich Morris once again in goal, who has seen more of the ball than anyone, to be honest with you, in this game. Nice pass to Glasgow. Control was good, but he's lost it to Jevons from behind. Billingham tries to keep it with Lighttown. Lob all over the defence by Meacham. Cox loses out to Jack Till on the edge of the area. Till lays it off now for Jevons. And it's blocked well, but still alive. Johnson tries to pick it up, and a tackle made by the Coventry United defender. And United will stride away from that scary moment. Nduna now into the centre circle with Kevin Thornton. Lob ball to the right-hand side. Josh O'Grady controls it well with his chest. He's got Glasgow forward, as well as Simeon Townsend in the area. Trying to keep it away from Adam Meacham, the left back. He needs support as he's forced into the corner and swivels his way around Meacham. Cross is put in. Cleared by Paskin, no options in the area. And you can hear the Coventry United manager, Terry Anderson, asking his players, where are we? There was no options in the area. O'Grady's work puts a waste there. The throw-in taken though by United. Glasgow finds Muzzy and Nduna. Tries the return ball to Glasgow. And headed away by Sam Mills. Hudson beats it in the air, but he's still got the ball. Takes it away from Spray. Forward to Simeon Townsend. Ball to the left-hand side now with Muzzy and Duna. Good challenge made by the right back, Matt Johnson. Throwing taken quickly. Thornton finds Hudson under the pressure from Scott Jennard. Thornton has got nowhere to go here. Plays down the left-hand side. Hudson's got some space. Can he whip it in? Crosses a poor one as he's slipped. It's blocked by Johnson. And Mills with the clearance. And a free kick against Coventry United, despite the clearance being made. So we're half an hour in. And it remains 0-0 at the Lye Sports Ground. That's certainly an improved display than the one we saw on Tuesday with United drawing away at bottom place Brockton. And there is still no score at the Ricoh Arena with Coventry taking on MK Dons in League One. Till brings it under control, well into United territory. Thornton makes a vital challenge. Ball down the left-hand side towards Townsend, stripped it out of play, and it's a Lye ball. It's going to be taken by Johnson. Jevons punts it forward, and much like United's situation, no one forward. Prinzel receives a call forward from Simeon Townsend and Josh O'Grady. It's flicked on by Ben Valance. O'Grady tries to find Simeon Townsend. It's fired over the stand by Luke Paskin, who has been an integral part of Lye Town's defence. Valance tries to play a 1-2 with O'Grady at the return. Header from O'Grady, a bit too powerful for Valance. There's a goal at the Pratt Stadium. Chesterfield 1, Bristol Rovers 1, as Ben Valance is forced to ground by James Spray. Free kick Coventry United. There's been a few more goals in the Championship. Aston Villa 1, Cardiff 1. Reading 2-0 up away, at home to Bristol. And Wolves losing 2-0 at home to Sheffield Wednesday. We'll tell you up to date with all the latest scores when we return from our half-time break. We're still waiting for the free kick to be taken by Prinzel. It is taken now. Cox fires a long ball to the left-hand side. It's found Muzzy and Duna. Can he keep it away from Johnson? And Duna. Here's Thornton. Plays in Hudson on the left-hand side. He's got a little bit of space to work with. Hudson puts in the cross. It's cleared, but it'll fall to Muzzy and Duna on the edge of the area. First touch let him down and ended the move. But Prinzel will fire one from range. It found Townsend, but again the control wasn't there. And now Jack Till striding down the right-hand side, trying to pick up the loose ball. Cox beats him to it. Puts it down the left-hand side, just about kept in by Hudson. United looking to counter. Found Kevin Thornton on the halfway line. Plays in Jimmy Holton. Holton striding forward. Lob ball towards Townsend. Townsend static. Didn't read the ball's movement. Jack Till intercepts. Thornton with a good challenge. Free kick against Thornton, however, as Jack Till has gone down. And Jack Till seems in a little bit of pain on the floor. And the trainer is called over. But Thornton was certainly going for the ball. There was no doubt about that. It was just two players going for the ball. And the referee is having a word with Scott Jennard and Ben Jevons of Lye Town. I'm not too sure what for. We're just hoping that Till can continue. It remains 0-0. And there's been a goal at the Valley. Charlton 0, Sheffield United 1. But still, the Skyroos of Coventry City yet to register a goal at the Ricoh Arena against MK Dons, managerless MK Dons, who expect to name a manager in the next couple of days, with, of course, Stephen Gerrard turning down the opportunity to become MK Dons' new manager. He would have been the second consecutive Scouser to take over after Carl Robinson. As we get set to get things underway again with Alex Dallason's clearance from the free kick. Johnson, sorry, that was Meacham actually, missed with the header and fired out of play by Rob Prinzel. That'll go straight out of play for a throw to Town. This once again going to be taken by Dallison, the centre back, in a more advanced position than you usually find him. Tries a long throw into the area towards Spray. He's gone over Spray, cleared by Prinzel, only as far as Ben Jevons, the captain. Over now to Sam Mills, the centre back. Mills looking for an option. Lobs on into the area. Cox will allow that one to go out of play and blocks Jack Till from getting to the loose ball. Goal kick Coventry United with around 10 minutes to go until half time. And the score remains Town 0, Coventry United 0. We haven't had many efforts on goal so far in the first half. We've seen some decent action in the midfield with both sides battling for supremacy, but not a lot in the way of goal mouth action. One header from Luke Paskin, the best that we've seen so far. And a corner ball to Town. That's Cox battling for the ball with Scott Jennard. And it's the best chance in quite some time for us to see a goal at the Live Sports Ground. And it's going to be Ben Billingham to take it from the right-hand side. Till is there providing a short corner option, much like Coventry United like to utilise. He's going for the long corner. He'll put it in, and it's over the net. And that will be a goal kick. I believe it was Sam Mills who got to the ball first. It's gone over the crossbar, and it will go out for a Coventry United goal kick. Morris retrieves the ball and gets set to restart the game.
United!
Morris looks for an option. Punts it away from his goal towards O'Grady. Forced down from behind there by Alex Dallison in the centre circle. United free kick. Thornton drops the ball and is now looking for an option. And there's been a goal at the King Power Stadium. Leicester 1, Middlesbrough 1. So the champions equalising. And a rather ambitious try there from Chris Cox with a free kick. Tries to lob Dean Coleman on his line, but the number 1 is not going to be challenged by that one. Cox intercepts the goal kick. Pass put forward, handball claims against Meacham. Referee waves them away. But the ball from defence goes out for a Coventry United throw on their right-hand side. As we tick down the minutes towards half-time, as usual, we'll be taking a short break to swap over the laptop battery. And that will mean we can bring a full second half coverage. Head away by Dallison. Jennard. Here's Matt Johnson now for Town. Long pass blocked by Muzzy and Duna, and that will be a throw into Town deep into their territory. And there's been a goal at the Ricoh Arena, and it is a goal for MK Dons. Ed Upson scores for the Dons. It's Coventry City 0, MK Dons 1. Ed Upson puts the side in the relegation zone in front, and if things stay as they are, then it will be Coventry who drop into the relegation zone. Spray. It's put out of play. It will be another throw in to Town, some in a more advanced position. Johnson tries to find Spray. He finds Spray, but he's dispossessed by Kevin Thornton. Thornton strides out of a sea of blue. Onto the left-hand side now with Lewis Hudson. Thornton punts it forward looking for Nduna. Johnson blocks the pass. Nduna nods it over to his teammate Tommy Glasgow. Glasgow tries to lob it forward for Josh O'Grady. O'Grady's got past the defender. O'Grady, he's just lost it to Paskin. United looking dangerous going forward now. And Coleman slices the clearance. Can Johnson keep it in? He can, just about. He plays it to Mills, who makes the clearance. Hudson nods it forward, and as far as Johnson. Up rather than out. Holton. Glasgow nods it over to O'Grady, who's beaten to the ball by Adam Meacham. And a good challenge from Ben Valance. Fantastic challenge on Alex Dallison. It's gone out for a throw-in to Lytown just in front of the home dugout. And we've got about 5 minutes until the break. Glasgow intercepts in the midfield. Thornton takes it away from Jennard. Puts it forward to Simeon Townsend. Flicks it on for Thornton. Tries to put it forward for O'Grady, but sadly for United, Dallison is there to pick up the pieces. Cox beats Till to the ball despite slipping. Thornton. Cheeky chip pass over to Muzzy Unduna on the left-hand side. Johnson trying to block his approach. Unduna still going. Tries to find Townsend. It's intercepted by Ben Jevons in the penalty area, fired up forward, but United once again pick it up at the back with Kevin Thornton. Hudson's there, he lays it up to Lewis Hudson. Where's Hudson going to go now? Surrounded by blue shirts, he's got nowhere to go. A little push there from Jennard, referee says nothing doing. And you can see there United have lost it. And it is Tommy Glasgow forcing down, I believe that was Billingham from behind. And it will be a free kick to Lytown. As we are a couple of minutes away from the end of normal time, there should be a little bit of injury time due to a stoppage in the first half. The score here at the Live Sports Ground remains 0-0 between Lytown and Coventry City. But at the Ricoh Arena, Coventry City are losing by 1-0. Holton fails to make the clearance and gathered well the near post by Rich Morris. As we say, Coventry City losing 1-0 at home to MK Dons. Coventry United drawing 0-0 away at Lytown. Meacham heads it up. Nodded on by Billingham. High boot possibly from Thornton. Referee says no. It's kept in by Josh O'Grady on the right hand side. Plays a lovely little 1-2 with Glasgow. Just about keeps it in. No, he doesn't. The referee flags for it. The linesman's flagged for that one. I don't think the whole ball was over the line, but we've got to trust the assistant's judgment. Alex Dallison to take it. Throws it forward. Prinzel heads it up and tries to win it back for United. Meacham, elbow onto Jimmy Holton. And it is going to be a yellow card for Adam Meacham. The elbow and Meacham is not too happy at all with the referee's decision. He's actually having to be held back. He's having to be held back by his own captain, Ben Jevons. If the challenge wasn't a yellow card, the reaction certainly is. The referee explaining why he's given the yellow card. And he's probably going to be warned about his conduct as well. So he did seem to be an elbow from Meacham onto Jimmy Holton, who in all fairness hasn't been a stranger to a controversial challenge so far today. Yellow card to Adam Meacham. And a free kick to be taken by Rich Morris, the Coventry United goalkeeper, as we head towards the break. Another couple of minutes before the end of the first half, plus whatever the referee wants to add on. But Morris is going to leave it for Rob Prinzel to take it. A goal before half-time would do the Red and Greens the world of good and would certainly change Terry Anderson's half-time team talk, which would probably be a little bit positive at the moment. It's been a decent first half for both sides, you've got to say, but not a lot in the way of opportunities. And O'Grady taken out on the right-hand side of the penalty area. And it will be a free kick to the Red and Greens. I believe it was Dallison who made the challenge, catching the leg of Josh O'Grady. He's still on the ground. He seems okay. He's back on his feet now. And Thornton has the ball. United will be looking to crowd the penalty area. But so far, United have not been great in winning aerial duels. Townsend especially has been beaten in the air several times. Let's see what United can do now as Thornton and O'Grady stand over it. And Duna, Cox and Townsend in there. Short one between Thornton and O'Grady. O'Grady brought down by Meacham, and it will be a corner kick, not a penalty. Terrenton appealing for a penalty, not given. But the give and go free kick between Thornton and O'Grady looked like it was working, but then Meacham taking out O'Grady. Cross is put in, gathered well by Dean Coleman. And we are at the end of normal time. A minute or two of injury time to play before we wrap things up in the first half. With a still scoreless. And Duna puts it out of play for a Lytown throw, taken quickly by Johnson. Headed away by Hudson, but it will find Jevons. Jevons plays it to Paskin. Prinzel makes the interception in defence. Dallison. Dallison puts it upfield and flicked on by Meacham. Prinzel should get there before Jack Till. Finds Ben Valance at right back. Valance clears. And the referee brings the first half to an end. A first half of very few opportunities. The best coming from Luke Paskin's header onto the crossbar halfway through the first half. But a very enjoyable first 45 minutes of football here at the Live Sports Ground. The one thing that is lacking from this game is goals. Will we see 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 in the second half? We're just hoping for 1 at the moment. But the halftime score at the Live Sports Ground, Lytown 0, Coventry United 0. We're going to take a short break now here on Coventry United Matchday to swap over the laptop battery, and we will see you in around 5 minutes time for the second half of this cracking non-league football match.